Hey guys, how's it going? Capan here. So some of you guys might know that I have been actually quite successful with Warrior in Arena recently, and there's a few changes that results in this, and Warrior actually being pretty good in Arena, as well as I feel I play Warrior in a pretty unique way, and I think I can give you guys some really good advice about how Warrior works in the system in the Arena meta right now. Now, Warrior in the Grand Tournament was undoubtedly the absolute worst, the absolute bottom of the class tiers, and it was so bad that in some streams I actually regarded as Warrior as not even a class. In Arena, you could pick 8 classes in the Grand Tournament, and then Warrior would not be a class; it would just be an experience. You would just experience getting completely wrecked in Arena. So you basically pay 150 gold for that, rather than actually, some reasonable chance of doing well and maybe getting some kind of return on your 150 gold. Well, there is no chance of that in the Grand Tournament, but now there is, and the chance is actually very significant. I think Warrior has been my second best class next to Rogue in the last few months. Isn't that crazy? So why is that? What's going on right now? Now, the main thing is that in the Grand Tournament, Warrior got the terrible Orgrimmar Aspirant crap. It just was irrelevant. Just kind of a bad card, but, not catastrophically bad, as was Bolster. Bolster was catastrophically bad. I still continue to say that this is just the worst card ever in Arena. You will need like 6 or 7 taunt minions to actually get some use out of the card, but if you play 6 or 7 taunt minions, you actually have like no chance of doing well with Warrior, because Warrior's problem is tempo, and taunt is notoriously low on tempo. And you guys might not realize, but when it comes to drafting your arena deck, certain sets have actually occurrence boosts. So class cards appear twice as often, and during the Grand Tournament, I think there was a 25% occurrence boost. So basically what that meant is you saw a lot of bolsters. I think I saw like 6 in one of my runs. I obviously picked 0, but seeing that many basically makes it so you are much more likely to get complete garbage in your deck overall. Now, flip that over to League of Explorers expansion. That bonus, I believe, is 50%. Anyway, whatever it is, it's a lot. And more importantly, that 25% boost from TGT is gone. So the boost on garbage is gone, and the boost on good cards, really good cards out of League of Explorers, is in effect. We have the Monkey, which is super good. It's super good because it kind of fixes the going second problem. If you go second with Warrior, if you go second with anything, you're kind of at a tempo disadvantage. What Taunt does in the game is it makes it so it protects a minion that has already done a favorable trade. So if you go second as Warrior, Monkey is just insane. Warrior is probably the best class to actually go second on, probably next to Rogue because of the combo potential from the coin. But Warrior, what you can do is you can coin out a decent 3-drop, attack into something, and then protect your injured minion from getting hit by like a weapon or just another small minion, and it makes it so you have a huge tempo boost on the board, just generally how you win games with Warrior. So that's why Warrior has been quite successful. Also, Obsidian Destroyer is a pretty good card, as you guys will see in the clips to come. But more importantly, there's a specific style of play to Warrior and a specific weight that I want to talk to you guys about. So the way that you play Warrior is you have to build a deck that involves never using your hero power, okay? You need to have more early game than any other class, but if you do that, if you are winning, you can really take big advantages in the mid and late game. So it basically means that any mediocre or top tier 1-drop, you're picking that over any other card. You're picking weapons a ton of the time. You have to very flexibly use your hit points. You're picking chargers to aggressively come back on the board. And there's a few trap cards, and I think the biggest trap card was actually Shield Maiden. Shield Maiden is absolute garbage, okay? The 5 armor means nothing. You're putting a 6-drop in your deck that competes with no other 6-drop. It just dies to every other 6-drop. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. Cards with effects need to have tempo effects, not like prolonged stuff, not like gain life. Forget about that. The way you play warrior is you get on the board as fast as possible. You play the highest tempo cards. You use your HP with your weapons, with everything, as aggressively as possible. And then your hero power gives you an advantage so you can't actually get killed by granular damage in the late game. That's how you use your warrior hero power. On turns like, 8, 9, 10, maybe, you start using your hero power, and because you're at like 10 HP on turn 8, it's actually fine, because at that stage of the game, you're catching up on all the life that you lost in the earlier stage of the game, and it makes it so you won't die to like a random fireball draw. It makes it so you won't die to a random charger, as most other classes, or all other classes, do in that situation. And the way this works is, people are not playing as aggressively tempo, except paladins, so you basically beat all of them except paladins. Warrior has this issue that it's always had with paladins, but it's worse now than ever before, because paladins also have an occurrence boost on this card called Keeper of Uldaman, which makes it so all your tempo drops get completely wrecked, and your early game gets completely wrecked because of cards like Shield and Minibot and Muster for Battle. So you're basically just going to get completely wrecked. You have zero expectation of beating any paladin. I think it's actually possibly the worst matchup in the entire arena is as a warrior playing against the paladin. You have almost no chance, regardless of what actually is going on in the game. But the other big matchups are actually very favorable. The other top two classes are Rogue and Mage. Well, you dump on Rogues. I think Rogue's worst matchup is Warrior. It is, because what happens is they just take too much damage. They use their weapon to get favorable trades in the early game, but if you play Warrior super aggressively, you're still going to be in it in the early game. You're not going to get stomped, okay, hopefully, ideally. And then when you pick up your weapon, you pick up your late game, you have this uncontrollable damage that you almost always finish the rogue off with. And you just can't do much about that. Against Mage, a lot of the control mages can't do too well. You either get too fast of a start on them, they can't chip you down because you have your armor hero power, so they have to be winning on the board to actually kill you, which again is very hard to do if you're playing a tempo deck. So you have a favorable matchup against Rogue, you have a favorable matchup against Mage, you don't really have much of an unfavored matchup against anything else, except Paladin, where you're going to lose like all the time. So the not fun part of playing Warrior is sometimes you play a lot of Paladins and get completely destroyed, but other times, well, you roll the dice favorably and play very few or no Paladins and do exceptionally well, which has been an experience that I've had consistently in the last few months that hopefully maybe now you guys understand and can relive yourselves. In terms of warrior scoring in Arena, I mentioned to you guys, I think it's my second best class in Arena. It's very tough to play. There's a lot of strategic stuff, but the flip side of that is you're going to learn a lot from playing it. So I don't know. I'd kind of rank it in terms of consistency around like third or fourth place. I think Rogue and Mage more consistently get better decks. And then I'd put Warrior around Paladin. Now, you guys might say it's like, Crip, you're crazy. Paladin's just the best in Arena. Now, I think Paladin has like the highest ceiling in Arena. There's just certain Paladin decks that just cannot be beat. But in terms of like the average Paladin deck, it's good. It's like third best, but I don't think Paladin's number one if you consider consistency. I think it's actually pretty close to Warrior. So there's that. And more importantly, Warrior in my book is probably like number one in fun if you are feeling up to the task, up to the challenge of holding the weapons, playing the Warrior yourself. So today I want to show you guys probably the worst deck I've had in months. It might not look very bad because it had a lot of aggressive stuff, but in terms of card quality and the kind of cards you kind of want to have in a deck in general, it is a pretty bad deck. But we had some exceptional games, understanding that you have a bad deck and taking more risks than you normally want to makes for some spectacular moments. So I want to share with you guys those, and also maybe as a side effect, you guys can learn how to play Warrior just a little bit better from the clips. So I hope you guys enjoy those, and I'll see you guys. Warrior's the worst arena class given the new cards? What? I think Warrior's like the third or fourth best. In my opinion, the average Warrior deck is probably about as good as the average Paladin deck. Paladin, though. The only problem Warrior has is it can't win against Paladin. Like, ever.
So if paladins didn't exist, warriors would just probably be like the top. Oh, that kind of sucks. That's such BS, lol. I don't know, my average wins with warriors like 7.5 or something, I don't know. It's at least like 7. My average paladin's like 5.8 or something, I don't fucking know. But it's bad. The problem is a bad paladin deck is just going to lose against like every rogue. It's going to lose against almost every mage. Warrior counters rogue. And Warrior is favored against Mage. So if you just take Paladin out of the equation, Warrior is just pretty good. Yeah. That sucks. Blizzard Pier. Like this game is gone. There's no chance. This is like a crazy paladin deck against the warrior deck. That's really pretty horrible. So, not this time, I'm afraid. I mean, the 2 warrior League of Explorer cards are really good. The fact that TGT is out means that Warrior doesn't get those shitty cards they got in TGT like Bolster. Like Bolster doesn't have a 25% bonus anymore. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Instruction begins.
Let's deny the mech. Does he have Consecrate as well? Nice deck grip, you should have chat drafted. Wouldn't have made any difference. This deck was pretty hopeless, but I don't know. Sometimes it's the really bad decks that are fun to play. I'll give it a try. Holy fucking crap, though. Are you kidding me? This guy's deck is unbelievable. This guy's deck is crazy. Should have taken Whirlwind. Over the cards in my hand? I don't think so. But yeah, if I could have Whirlwind over like Elven Archer, sure. Should have taken Whirlwind over that, but that wasn't exactly the case. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Reporting for duty.
Alright.
No problem.
And this is a pretty risky play because Consecrate just absolutely destroys me, but you have to get pretty lucky to get that as well because he didn't have it a few turns ago. Oh my god.
It's clobbering time.
Okay. Sure.
Try this.
It's a pretty risky play. So I'm dead to Consecrate, but again, I don't actually win versus Consecrate ever, so I just have to hope we drop. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, we might win. Get a card here. Ow. I don't need any more cards. We just need not to die. So let's just armor up. Holy cow! I can't believe we're actually... Oh. Well then.
Reporting
That was a little bit unfortunate. Okay, let's try to seal out the game.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Back to work.
Your magic shall not save
Reporting for duty.
Winner, boys. Consecrate again. Yeah, that would suck. But looks like we've won. We beat like an absolutely ridiculous paladin. It's a good card. I like it a lot.
Drink with me, friend.
Yes, I am selling out to tell you guys to go to my YouTube channel.
He's coming.
The sellout is so real.
Challenge accepted.
It's a pretty good Doomsayer. It would not have worked any other turn.
Bathe in flame.
Nope.
Don't worry, loves. The
We
cavalry.
do not bathe in flames.
Powering up. Portals online.
That could be bad.
Pay attention, class.
Yeah, it's not so bad. Well, we could trade, but we don't really end up with much, so I don't like that very much. But next turn I really want to play the Obsidian Destroyer. Why don't we do this? Oh god. I don't like this. I don't like this. Yeah, I'll give him the swipe.
The gates are open.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's fine. If he doesn't have a good answer here, we should be alright this game. But if he has a good answer here, we're pretty fucked, because we don't have any more big minions. And we didn't really do enough damage to him. I always seem to get that 7/7 warrior card. Yeah, but a lot of the time it's been my opening hand, which is not really where I want it. Like, this time it was in our opening hand, so... What was it? I think we drew on, like, turn 2, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, it's much better if you have other more powerful early game cards than having that guy at all, in most situations. But drawing him, like, on turn 6 or 7 is... obviously crazy good. What's this? Alright. Well, I don't believe he has a swipe, but if he surprises me with one or a Starfall, I'm gonna be really sad. Oh, that's okay. That basically uses up his whole turn. I believe we actually won the game now. That's the game, I believe. Because even though that was a good play, it takes him so far behind in tempo.
For the war chief.
For the crusade.
For Hearthstone. No problem.
Oh, lethal.
Join or die.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. I can see. No play.
Easy peasy. Didn't I say Warrior's shit in Arena a while ago? Yes. Warrior was without any doubt the absolute trashiest, not even a class of TGT. But what happens is, I don't want to do it. What happens is in Arena, Blizzard skews the percentages
I hope you like my invention.
of like the frequency of cards based on which expansion is out. So in the Grand Tournament, you had a 25% chance to get Warrior cards in TGT, and those TGT Warrior cards were fucking awful. So you had a higher percentage chance to get bad cards. And the cards introduced in League of Explorers are really good. So it shifted from an increased chance to get crap, and that was decreased, and then now you have an even higher increased chance to get good cards. So obviously the two things made a pretty big difference. Oh, seriously? I believe I'll race you. Good luck. Yeah, if I trade for that, I don't actually win. I'll just turn up the pressure, and if he has to trade, then well, good luck to him.
Pay attention, class.
Crip is telling people that Warrior's good, so people pick it and give him free wins in Arena. It is true that I think my highest win rate by far is against other Warriors, but I mean, that's a different story. It mostly has to do with the fact that I think people try to play Warrior as a control deck, which is a really bad idea. Wow, that's a really good card.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Alright. How do you play Warrior? I'm demonstrating it right now. You get a crap load of early game. Warrior's a good class as long as you don't use this thing. The armor up, you don't want to do that. If you could just not do that, you'll be fine.
Want a deal?
Giddy up! It's hammer time! Drink with me, friend.
You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah, I stopped going face there because the trade was too good and it protects the Venture Co. If the Venture Co gets a hit in, there's no chance he'll win the game. That sucks though.
We are the sword in the shadows. Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
One shot, one. You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah, that should be fine. I kind of value the damage.
I'll give it a shot. For the crusade!
So I'm not going to play the Cult Master.
I am master of magics.
So he doesn't have a clear here. Oh, wrecked. Like, look how desperate he is. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just crazy. 3 damage.
Give me a quest.
1 damage or a card. That's an interesting choice. I think I'm gonna go for the 1 damage. Ah. Assassinate. Okay, is that 2? We have a lot of outs. Two damage.
For the king! For honor.
I mean, we just crushed a 4-1 rogue And Rogue is like the king of griefing bad decks. And we have a bad warrior deck. So I basically just proved the point. Like, the Rogue matchup is really horrible for 5-1 Paladin. My hopes are not high for this one. How hard is it to get Legend of Tempo Mage in the current meta? Probably not that hard. I don't know. I don't really play ladder. And when I do, it's certainly not with Tempo Mage.
Shields up. Red alert.
Yeah, this is a very difficult play to stomach, but I believe it's still the play. It's also like a trap play, like if he plays a 3-drop.
Reporting for duty.
We, he has, shield and minibot to muster. Like, this is what I was talking about, right? It's a little bit crazy. Well, we could just play that still. The thing is, I just want to save the coin. Yeah, let's do this.
The cavalry.
That's good. This Pally knows his shit. I don't know.
Reporting for duty.
Attention, class.
We have to break the Divine Shield so Kings is not as big of a problem. It's a pretty fucking big problem though, still.
None may steal our souls.
Absolutely insane deck. Alright. So we play this. Coin, get a dude, play that. Kill that, kill that. Constructed Paladin. Yep, pretty much. We're still doing okay though. Unless he has another really good card. Well, he does.
Lights banner.
Yeah, I thought the Gnomish Inventor was about as good as any other card at play. Look at that, dude. Come on.
Duty.
Try this.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
It's hammer time.
Can we go toe to toe? He's at 28. So we have to try to do a control game. I don't think we can win. Oh, come on. Okay, that's interesting.
Watch this.
I don't really want to take 4 damage right now. I'm gonna save the taunt spare part for the Venture Co. Okay, are we dead now? Ugh. We're pretty dead. Can't armor up. I really want to armor up. I really, really want to armor up. If he had Consecrate, he would have played it. Can't armor up. Like, I can't lose this card. If I lose this card, it's over. So I have to put more tempo on the board to be able to win.
For the king. For honor.
That's pretty YOLO. But I believe that's how we're gonna have to play to win. 3 mana card. He's basically looking for a Peacekeeper. I think Peacekeeper puts him at 1 HP. MC Tech. fucking winner, bro. We just beat that paladin as this warrior.
How you do?
6-1, boys. No fucking way. Monkey or horse rider? We can't keep both of them. Monkey counters 2 3s, horse rider counters 3 2s. Let's try the monkey. We have 2 horse riders after all. We can maybe draw another one. Horse rider was better. Mark these words, mage is fine. I think my warrior win rate against mage is really quite fine. I think it's probably like 60%. I have a very interesting choice here.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. Yeah.
We don't have to trade. He can armor up later, he can't. We don't have any weapons, so it's not like we're gonna gradually get withered away. No, if we take 3 and he takes 2, it's a game we can win, because we can armor up later. We have to take a lot of risks, because we are way out of our league with this deck. I think this is a reasonable risk to take. Dark Iron, please. Oh, yeah, Dark Iron would be really bad. Maybe we should have traded because of that. That's true. Oh, look at that! Not trading. Turned out pretty fucking well, didn't it? I still don't want to trade? Oh, there you go. What's that? Was that? Oh, Crip was right. Oh, shit. No way. Huh. Interesting.
Give me a quest.
It's nice to play the Kor'kron on an open board, but this is a higher tempo play, so I'm just gonna take it.
Truth is my shield.
Holy fuck, that's scary.
For the crusade!
Quest accepted.
Well, he needs Flame Strike, and he still won't guarantee a win if I draw a decent minion.
Knowledge is power, and I know a lot.
That's some weak sauce power, bro.
I have learned.
Game over.
Join.
Look at that. What a difference that damage made at the start of the game. Does it matter that I have 6 less life? No. Does it matter that he has 4 less life? It sure as fuck does. That play actually won us the game. It tripped out a flame cannon, and it gave us lethal 1 turn early.